to be fair, this is actually...
I was being fair.
No, this is a huge Democratic Party problem. If you look at Democratic cities, they are terribly run. They have incredibly high taxes. It is impossible to build, so the cost of housing... Let me finish, I give you a chance. The cost of housing is crazy in places like New York and Chicago. If you look at Democratic states...
Bill Maher just might be the brand new biggest Trump MAGA person. I'm just kidding, I'm being hyperbolic here. But seriously, Bill Maher just keeps on having Democrats, allegedly members of his own party, on his own show and forces them to admit how stupid and awful their own party is. It's pretty enjoyable as a fellow conservative to watch. I hope you agree. Let's just get straight into today's video because this was going viral for a very good reason.
Zakaria and the former mayor of Chicago and former ambassador to Japan, Rahm Emanuel, and chief of staff, weren't you? You don't think that's a more impressive credit than those other two? Chief of Staff of the White House? I feel like that is the biggest job you can have in this country behind the president. Isn't that the gatekeeper of everything, the Chief of Staff?
It is the gatekeeper, but the biggest job is mayor.
Of Chicago.
Yeah. And then Chief of Staff is the worst job until you get through it, and then you look back fondly on it. But going through it is sheer,
They don't last long. I mean, like, it's so intense, right, that you can only do it for like...
18 to 19 months is the modern average.
Right.
Yeah, not that I figured that out, but I want you to know that.
But with ambassador, you get called the honorable ambassador for the...
Yeah,
so you probably get better restaurant reservations with that.
So sensitive, don't you think? Yeah, you do. And it's Your Excellency from now on to you. Okay? I went through Senate confirmation.
All right, this is from the people. What do you think about Trump's proposed $5 million gold card visa for wealthy foreigners? Is it a smart economic move or a problematic policy? I guess I know what he's talking about. Trump wants to sell a visa. You get permanent residency. By the way, we are hardly, I looked this up, we are hardly the first country to do this. Doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. But, you know, I remember... Yeah,
we actually have a version of it. It's sort of called, I think it's called the EB-5 or something like that. So it's fine to do it. I actually think maybe it's because I'm, you know, very patriotic. I think $5 million, we should be charging $20 million, or, you know, American citizenship is worth more than that.
It comes with Ukrainian minerals.
Is it not shocking for you guys? Like, tell me if I'm crazy here, but in my opinion, I feel like any Democrat, whenever they use the word patriotic, it's a derogatory term. It's like you're a racist, white supremacist, Christian nationalist Nazi. But all of a sudden, the tides are turning. It's like Democrats are realizing that, hey, Americans should love their country, and us demonizing our own population is probably not a winning strategy. Shocker to no one that's not mentally incapacitated. By the way, if you would agree, make sure you like today's video, subscribe. Back to my schedule, posting 2 new videos every single day. Yes, I had a hiatus. We moved from back from DC, back home to Arizona. We're actually setting up our brand new studio, really making our studio at home amazing. So stay tuned. It's going to keep getting better and better. But yes, thank you for your patience. Comment, do it all. We'll get right back into it. And I will shut my freaking mouth. Amen.
He said, you know, you get the green card, but with this, the gold card, you get extra privileges. Like what? You get to vote twice? Or what?
No, that you only get to vote twice if you vote for Democrats. You even get to vote after you died for Democrats only. The Democratic privileges. Am I right or am I exactly correct?
Well, now you're speaking Chicago language. I'm for it, but it's part of a bigger package on immigration reform. It's been 42.
The only thing I find funny about this so-called man is the fact that he thought he looked good in this green tie with this like baby blue shirt. That is comical. Good job. But everything else, like, he keeps trying so hard to be funny. And I know the audience is full of a bunch of imbeciles and whatever. Maybe there's a recorded audio of people of the audience laughing. But I mean, come the F on. He's trying to be funny. And the only thing that's funny about him is how funny looking he is, obviously.
2 years since the last one. So I'm not against it, but it's part of a whole package.
I read that the current mayor of Chicago has
I think the only thing less funny than him actually is a female comedian.
Approval rating of 6.6%.
Round it up.
I mean, you were just the ambassador to Japan. If that was your approval rating in Japan, they would do harakiri on live TV.
They would do it at 27.
I mean, what's going on in Chicago as the person?
Look, I mean, we were talking about this a little earlier. I mean, you have also the mayor of New York not doing well. Obviously, other things also here in Los Angeles not doing well, the mayor here. Look, and then you got mayors, like the mayor in San Francisco and other cities that are doing well. So I would say, look, there is a general rule. I had this when I was mayor. Safe streets, strong schools, stable finances. Focus on those three things and your city's going to be fine. We've gone through 5 years where people became way too permissive of culture. They were all, which is why everything's locked up at Walgreens and CVS, and that is a disaster.
Yeah.
And I'll say this about our schools. I don't want to hear another word about the locker room. I don't want to hear another word about the bathroom. You better start focusing on the classroom.
Well, I mean, that's kind of funny because who are the people complaining about the locker rooms and bathrooms? Of course, that is Democrats who think that boys and men should be able to go into girls' bathrooms and locker rooms. How about you stick to the locker room and bathroom of your gender? Yes, gender and sex are the same thing, of your biology, okay? Stick to that. Stop whining. And again, it's Democratic cities that have the lowest testing scores when it comes to education because they want to make everyone feel like they're included and on the same level. So preach into the choir, bro, but preach to your own choir. That is the left, the not right side of America.
We had the worst reading scores for 8th graders in 30 years. And nobody, not a governor, not a mayor, not a president, not a secretary of education is talking about it. We're all wrapped up. Look, in 7th grade, if I known that I could have said the word they and got in the girls' bathroom, I would have done it.
Honestly crazy for a Democratic politician to admit, right? Honestly crazy. Like, do you see how the culture is changing in America? I love it. Okay, yes, on one hand, I'm like, oh my gosh, you're a bunch of grifting little fraud bitches. But on the other hand, I'm like, fine, grift, fine, adjust. Because if you do not allow people the room to change their mind and be on our side, then what the hell do you want? Seriously, what do you want? We have to give these people the ability to become correct and on our side.
Okay, we literally are a superpower. We're facing off against China with 1.4 billion people, and 2/3 of our children can't read 8th grade level. So no more about the lot. Wait a second, I'm on a roll for a second. Yeah. No more. I don't want to hear.
I gave him the light. But
I don't want to hear another word about the classroom. I don't want to hear another word about the bathroom. The classroom.
Yeah.
Enough.
I couldn't agree more.
But I think, to be fair, this is actually...
I was being fair.
No, this is a huge Democratic Party problem. If you look at Democratic cities, they are terribly run. They have incredibly high taxes. It is impossible to build, so the cost of housing... Let me finish. I give you a chance. The cost of housing is crazy in places like New York and Chicago. If you look at Democratic states, you go to look at New York versus Florida, okay? Roughly the same population. The budget of New York State is twice that of Florida. What do they have? Streets paved with gold? I live in New York. I pay the highest taxes in New York. You get nothing for it. And I think that is the image people have of the Democratic Party. Fair. Lots of taxes, lots of regulation, but nothing gets done.
Hey,
and I think
I live in L.A.
Right. And I think, listen, the Democrats have to own this and realize the answer to everything is not more taxes, more regulation. People are fed up of that, and they feel that it isn't working.
The Democrats, look, as somebody who produced the best graduation growth in the country, and we our high school.
You were a good mayor. I agree.
No, that's not the point. The point was we changed, but I'll take that. The point isn't the rules. The point is the results. And the party has gotten way too focused on what the rules are. And I do agree with you on this. We have made it impossible to function as a city or as a state and been so, take an example of this example. Here, obviously in LA, it took a fire and a natural disaster to make you realize, you know what, that rule's not that important. In Pennsylvania, a bridge collapse, all of a sudden we go, well, that environmental rule is just not important. We got to build a bridge. It's much more important. And I think the Democratic Party should take a look at it and say, we're going to be honest, like we did in 1994 with reinventing government. Everything is on the table. Nothing is safe.
I think the Democratic Party should realize that everything they've ever pushed should be put to the grave, should be never taken seriously whatsoever. Ever. Ever again. Bye-bye. Adios, amigos, idiots, are words that I can't say.
And we can just look at it and say, that's essential. Those two things get out of here. And that doesn't happen.
Also, don't mind this. I almost literally pretty much chopped off the tip of my finger. Luckily, I did not go all the way through. So it's healing. She is reattaching. But yes, oh my gosh. So cute. So cute. It was not. I was just trying to simply cut a bagel for my husband, and I nearly cut my finger off. Woman moments. Am I right or am I right?
And that's a fair criticism.
Maybe this is your next Democratic vice presidential candidate, maybe presidential candidate. And by the way, he's also, that counts as handicap. You can slip him by.
This gets you handicap parking.
Oh my gosh. I didn't even realize that he literally has a freaking missing tip of the finger. That is so funny. As I just talk about how I almost cut off my own fingertip. Wow. Wow. Democrat politicians, they're just like us. Amazing. We need a disabled vice presidential nominee. I did not even see that coming. This was a clip that someone told me I needed to react to, so this is really funny. Wowza. Winning. I can't even believe that. Wow.
That added nothing to the show. Okay, our calls for economic boycott today, where consumers are urged only to purchase from small businesses likely to be effective in holding billionaires like Jeff Bezos to account. Yeah, I was going to cover this issue and we ran out of time.
I'll give you a boycott.
But wait a second, let me tell, if people don't know what I'm talking about.
There were people doing interpretive dances. They're also, protest to Trump. There's like a whole...
This is something called the People's Union USA. And they have something called today, I got emails about this from people, No Spend Day. And
dude, I cannot believe people watch this show. I am so bored. Gosh, I'm ending it. I can't. I'm so bored. I don't want to continue boring you guys. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Back on posting at least 2 videos every single day. So make sure you subscribe. Leave a comment, and if you made it to the end of the video, make sure you comment an orange heart. You guys are the best. You help boost the video in the algorithm. Don't cut off a fingertip unless you're a Democrat, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great night. Bye.